good afternoon, upper intermediate advanced group. Last week we looked at the OU words and we were just doing some work on this. We did some work on this last year to quite deep, we went quite deep, and this time we just did a few words and I just wanted to go over those very quickly with you. So how do I do this? This is going to be a tough video. So I'm going to go over 6 different sounds with you. All these sounds have the OU letters in them. The first one we're going to have a look at is the sound. Like up, for instance. The words that came across last week, actually it was the week before last, were the words rough, tough, enough. And it's quite difficult to, how do you remember that? So I was thinking, how do I get you to remember this? And what you can do, you can put them all together in a sentence. So for example, I've had enough of this rough, tough stuff, for example. And of course, apart from the OU words, I also used the word stuff in there as well. So there was enough, rough and tough. Moving on, for example, to this sound, which is a classic issue, it's the OR sound. So it's the word OR. This is it here. You need to throw your tongue back. You need to go OR. It looks a bit strange. And the words that came out a couple of weeks ago were the words ought. You ought to do something. Naught, as in 0. Fought, which is the past of fight. Brought, which is the past of bring, and thought, which is the past of think. And you could put something together like, I thought I told you, no, that doesn't sound good, let me think. I thought you brought, no. Okay, take 3. I thought you brought some balls to the tennis court. Okay, so that's the best I could do with that one. Okay, I can't think of anything else with or. So yeah, there are a few more that I missed there, the or, ought, fought, naught, etc. So those are those 2. Here's an interesting one, the ow sound. This can be, you think of the word owl, or when you hurt yourself, ow, or ouch, which is spelt like that. And the words that came out a couple of weeks back were bough, which is part of a tree, or plough. Can't think of a sentence. Maybe you can come up with one. A very one with quite a few is this one here. It's O. The words that came out there were although, though, and dough. Although I needed the dough, I can't think of anything more. But you know, you need to come out with some ideas. There's O here as well, which is looks like the or. But it's actually like this and like this, and this is O sound, like clock. I always think of the word clock when I think of it. And the sounds that came, the major one here was the word cough, cough, O sound. The other ones we did were oo, like boot. And we had the classic word through. So it's got a real ooh sound to it. I think that's it. Yes, it is. Hope that helps a little.